So, never did I imagine that I would make a video like this. Whether 2 people are watching or 2,000, I don't care. I'm doing this video for therapeutic reasons. To vent out, basically. The minute that I decided to create a YouTube channel, I always told myself that I would stray away from politics or controversial topics and just stay with fitness topics or geek culture, basically. I mean, obviously, that's the name of the channel, Geek Muscle. But today, what transpired today, it's too much for me to handle, and I've had it. And I have to let my voice be heard about this. I've had enough of this, and I'm sure a lot of people have as well. So if you don't know, today at a local Walmart in El Paso, Texas, an active shooter killed 20 people and injured another 26, children included. Families, kids going grocery shopping or back to school shopping, getting their supplies ready for the upcoming year, spending quality time together, a normal Saturday morning. Taken away. Children injured, family members taken away, and never did I imagine that something like that would happen here in El Paso. The suspect was taken into custody, and honestly, I don't even know if there was multiple gunmen. I don't even want to look more into this story because it just breaks my heart the more I read about it. But the main suspect was taken into custody. And I'm not even going to mention his name because that piece of shit it would just be giving him attention, and I don't want to give him that. The more than he already has. The people that deserve it right now are the families affected. But what I do know is that this man, whatever you want to call him, because he's not a human for doing this. This thing posted an essay online, very anti-Semitic, anti-immigrant, and how he dislikes the idea of races mixing together. This fucking guy wasn't even from El Paso. He was from the outskirts of Dallas. He drove all the way over here to do this heinous act. Now, a lot of El Pasoans, including myself, have a heavy heart tonight for what happened. Because like I said, this city has always been labeled as one of the safest cities in America. And never once will we expect a national tragedy to occur here. And the reason why it really hits me hard the most, I mean, obviously, I live in this city. But I live literally right behind the crime scene, not even a mile away from what took place. All morning I heard sirens, ambulances, cops passing by, helicopters scouting the area incredibly low to the point where your windows are shaking. People evacuating the mall, crossing over to the apartment complexes, scared and afraid. And to whoever isn't from El Paso, I must tell you right now, look, it's no coincidence that this man targeted this specific location. If you live in the area, you would know that this specific Walmart next to Cielo Vista Mall is where many Hispanics come to shop, especially from Juarez. Because, I mean, El Paso, Texas is a border city next to Ciudad Juarez. And this specific Walmart is where a lot of Latinos and a lot of people from Juarez come over to do their shopping. It's no coincidence that this man with white nationalist ideas came over to commit this crime, this act of hatred towards this specific community. I mean, what a coincidence, right? That, oh, hey, he's a white nationalist. He just decides to come do a shooting at this specific location, at this specific Walmart, where a lot of Latinos come, where a lot of Hispanics, a lot of people from Juarez come over and do their shopping. It's no coincidence that this guy came for that specific reason. He fucking hates minorities. He came for that reason, to end people's lives because of his hatred against minorities. And look, this is where people might disagree. Whoever's watching, you might think I'm just some left-wing extremist or a libtard, however you people want to consider it, but honestly, I really don't care. The increase in hate crimes against minorities, whether it's Muslims, Latinos, African Americans, these hate crimes have increased ever since a specific individual decided to take office of President of the United States. It's a no-brainer. And honestly, it boggles my mind that there's still a lot of people that are in denial that the current administration is partially responsible for these heinous acts against minorities, against Latinos, against Muslims, African Americans. People are still in denial, or they defend them, that it's the Antifa movement or it's liberals trying to make the right look bad. Either you people are really blind from the truth, or low-key, very, very, very low-key, you support this. Plain and simple. I don't care. I'm just going to say it flat out, exactly the way it is. Either you really cannot see the truth, you're way too blinded, and you're way too proud to accept the fact that you're supporting the wrong party, or low-key, you support this. You're in favor of minorities being attacked. Low-key. You may think right now that yes, this is a tragedy, rest in peace to all these people that got killed, but very, very deep down, you're in favor of this. You're the cause of this. You're partially responsible for all of these acts of hatred against minorities. The thing that I'm talking about is supporting a man and his party that promotes hatred, division, and overall just ignorance against other people, that just because they are from another country or they're from another ethnic group. Because ultimately, he might not be directly telling these people to do these cruel acts, but the way he spews division, it causes extremists to have these ideas that to do these things. Pretty much. His stupid tweets, the way he describes Latinos as thugs and rapists, the way he describes Muslims as terrorists, I mean, all that plays a domino effect, which ultimately leads extremists from the alt-right to do these terrorist acts. This is what it is. It's terrorism. It's white terrorism. Okay? You cannot justify the fact that, oh, this guy had mental issues and he needs to be taken care of. No, bullshit. That's terrorism. I'm pretty sure if this guy, this piece of shit that did this shooting, I'm pretty sure if he was a minority, if he was black, or if he was a Latino or a Muslim, he would have already been taken to the death penalty or straight to prison. And this would have been like just another way for Donald Trump or his supporters to use it as a way against us and to promote their ideals, to build their stupid wall or ban Muslims or whatever. But oh, he's not. He's just a white guy, you know. He has mental issues. It's not his fault. Take him to a mental clinic. Have him do some whatever. Honestly, this party is partially responsible for this. I'm not saying fully. I'm not going to say that they directly enabled this to occur. The way they describe, you know, specific communities, the way they describe Latinos or Muslims, a lot of people that have extremist views, they take that, you know, and over exaggerate it, and they do these cruel acts. That's what I mean by a domino effect. Something that a lot of you, and I know a lot of people that support Donald Trump are not extremists like this, but a lot of people are. It's what causes them to do these mass shootings. You can't possibly tell me that they are not at least partially responsible for this, for spewing hate. We had politicians today from both parties, from Democrats and Republicans, make public statements regarding today's tragedy. Yet our president, the best thing he could do was just a simple fucking tweet. I mean, what does that show you? Where's the leadership? Is it because he feels low-key responsible for it? Maybe is it guilt? Or he flat out just does not give a fuck because for the most of us here in El Paso, we're thugs and we're rapists. Look, I'm sorry if I have to get political. This is something that I never wanted to do on this channel. This channel is meant to, promote fitness tips, motivational videos, some comedic videos, geek talk, talking about video games or whatever. Never once did I want to bring politics into this, but overall, this already hit home and I've had enough. And a lot of us have had enough of this shit. This really hit home to me. A little too close. Not even a mile away. And seeing those horrific videos of dead bodies, people bleeding, knowing children, young children, who are affected by this. I'm sorry. Okay. If you disagree with me or not, that's fine. You can drop it in the comments below and I'm open to hear everybody. But all I know is that the current administration is partially responsible. Without a doubt. Without a single doubt. Yes, I will admit the fact that there's extremists on both sides, both on the left and on the right. I will admit that. But in this case, it's the far right. It's extremism from the right that's causing terrorist acts, killing innocent people. You can't deny the fact that the alt-right, the extremists that take this way out of proportions more than they normally should, are responsible for this. Instead of just getting triggered right away and trying to blame the opposing side right away just for your political agenda, how about being more open-minded, not typical sheep, just because you want to really support that one side and be right when clearly you're not? Because I'm going to tell you right now, if this horrific act was the cause of some sort of extremists from the left, I would have been doing the same rant about them. But in this case, it's not. It's the right. It's the alt-right conservative extremists that are responsible. People that voted for people that spew hate are partially responsible. The man in charge of the Oval Office is responsible. I'm not blaming guns. I'm not going to blame the Second Amendment or any of that. So don't even start with that. Right now, I'm talking, this is a hate against race and against ethnic groups. And if you're too blind or stupid to realize that, then you really got to reevaluate your life. Because honestly, how many more shootings do we need to actually come together and make a change? Right now, all we can do is just help the survivors and the families. My very deep condolences and my prayers go out to every single individual that was affected today, as well as for the beautiful city of El Paso. If you wish to help, whether you're in the city or not, I'm going to link some websites in the description below where you can donate, whether it's for expenses, for services, or if you're in the area, if you would like to donate blood. I'll link the websites down in the description below. But tonight El Paso is mourning, as well as the country. a demon that wasn't even from El Paso took away a little piece of our own. But that does not take away the fact that this is still one of the safest and most beautiful cities in the country. And I'm proud to say that I'm from El Paso.